All right, guys, welcome back to Orlando Out of Context. We have a special guest for you today. We're here with Denna Beena, the Orlando Halloween guy.
Hey, Dina.
Hello, everybody.
What's
Welcome
up?
to my season.
That's right. This is the best
Yes.
season of all, our favorite season.
Exactly. I mean, I live it year round, but for the rest of the world, they're slowly catching on and they are in my zone.
Yes. Well, welcome, Dina. So I want to introduce you to myself. My name is Jonathan. I'm the new co-host. So it was a nice finally meet you. Steph been telling me a lot of great things about you and looking forward to hearing some of the cool new things that's coming up for this year.
So
and I've got some new stuff to share.
We're excited.
Yes.
So if you listen, if you're a longtime listener, we had Denna for the first year last year, and we got a plethora of knowledge. Here we are in 2021. We're coming out of pandemic times, on the rise.
Yes.
So, let's see how Halloween is going to be this year. What are your thoughts? What anything new you're looking forward to for the 2021 season?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm looking forward to, I'm already quite a few haunts into this year. The major haunts are really bringing it strong this year. Halloween Horror Nights. We went to Scream Tampa last night, and whoa, they stepped their game up.
How would you compare it to SeaWorld's?
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Yeah.
SeaWorld is in their year one.
Yeah.
So this is, even though they're from a franchise that runs a very successful Halloween haunt, they are still ultimately in their baby year, their year one. I thought it was good. I think it's a solid first year, because, we're kind of in a way spoiled with Halloween Horror Nights and Scream, which are in their 30th and, I think 25th year, So I enjoyed it. I had a great time. There were four haunts total. Two I thought were really solid. Two were fun. And hey, and that's me being very picky. The scare zones were really cool.
I love the siren show. That was probably one of my favorites. Actually, both shows were amazing. I thought they were both really, really good.
Right. In Monster Stuff, one of my friends is in that. I don't know. Well, he is one of the main singers. But I don't know if you, because there's two of them that flip back and forth. But I thought that was a really cool show. That was probably my favorite out of the two. The Sirens was fun. And the night that we went, we had a whole chorus of chainsaw people. Did you have that when you've seen it?
Yeah, they were kind of just like circling us as we were waiting for the siren show. And I didn't know if it was maybe like an intro to that show or if it was just like maybe their zone to be in.
Right.
But it was cool. I liked it.
So that was fun. And that's something that you see at Halloween Horror Nights a lot, or the chainsaws, but they're not as prevalent this year. So it was kind of cool that, all right, they're here.
Yeah.
That chainsaw buzzing can make me happy. But I thought Halloween, Scream Orlando, I thought gave a great first year. And
me
I'm looking
too.
forward
I
to
didn't
them
have
growing.
any expectations, but I thought it was great.
Did you have a favorite haunt? Mine was the one at Arctic. I
liked that one. Definitely. I couldn't believe how they transformed it. Like, I'm one of those people who enjoys more like, I don't really pay attention to the haunt. I like to figure out how things are working. So I'm like, I know what this attraction is during a normal operating business day. And it's like looking at every little detail and trying to figure out oh my God, how they use this space and how they transformed it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. And in SeaWorld, the Hidden Arctic.
Yes. So
Jonathan didn't get a chance to go to House.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to go yet.
They put a house in the Ark. It used to be during Christmas it was Polar Express.
Yeah.
And during the regular time it's I don't know, what would you call it?
It's like an exhibit that takes you to see all the cold animals, the beluga whales, the seals, the polar bears. And it's like a simulator ride. And they basically went in there and kind of cut out a pathway and landed a haunt that started where the ride normally starts and ends in the gift shop.
Oh, wow.
And
the
really
smart.
that it was really cold in there because of the animals.
Yeah.
It really was like an added like thing for the
more
haunt.
of an eerie
like a
tone to it.
detail.
Yeah, it
Like
was a
fine
detail for sure.
Yeah.
I loved
Agreed.
it.
I gotta check that out then. So I was kind of curious about that with the whole Hallow Scream. When I found out that they were doing it for the first time this year, I was like, wow. The first time that I thought, oh crap, did they cancel Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens? And when then I realized that they did, I was like, it's kind of convenient for us here locally here in Orlando. Like, even though Tampa isn't far, but it's still nice to have it right here in our backyard for sure. So I'm looking forward, like you said, for them to like hopefully continue doing it year after year after that. And
I hope so. And if they can get on the track that Hallow Scream Tampa is in, then we will have 2 amazing haunts right here in Orlando.
And compete with Halloween Horror Nights with Universal.
Yeah.
And also, I think maybe it would take off a little pressure from Halloween Horror Nights. Like, it seems to be getting busier and busier every year.
Oh, girl.
So hopefully it will, like, spread everybody out so that maybe there'll be less lines there.
Have you made the trip to Halloween Horror Nights as well?
Not this year.
Not yet. Yeah.
No.
You're right. We went in September for the first time. It packed, but I think that everybody was just so disappointed last year when they called it that, man, they doubled down. And we did, the first night that we went, we did 8 of the 10 houses, but they had 10 houses. And we got there early and we stayed until like we were exiting our last house at 1:00 in the morning.
Wow.
You must have walked like 10 miles that day.
Oh my God. I can't even.
Easily.
And this week alone, I mean, we've just been everywhere going this week.
We had a busy week last week. We did, I think, 2 or 3 media nights for Halloween type things. I was hoping to see you so that I can meet you in person.
I know it's hard. We didn't make it to because I worked. It's not a Halloween event, but I was working the Diz fan reunion event, and that happened with Scream and Stream. So we weren't able to do that, and then we weren't able to do the Hallow Scream Orlando. We went. They gave us tickets to come on another night because I was working.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, it was really cool. I was working with the voice of Andy from Toy Story.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. It was worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta make sacrifices sometimes.
Oh, yeah. And like the ending event for that was a private event at the Galaxy's Edge. So I have no regrets.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta take those opportunities when they come.
Exactly. But yeah, Halloween Horror Nights is strong. I can say my personal favorite house is the pumpkin one. It's I think something Wicked Growth. I should have looked up all the names.
I saw some photos on the socials.
And then I love the house on Haunted Hill because I love that franchise. And the house was really, I loved everything I saw. I did not get to see the show yet though. So that'll be on my next trip.
I heard it's pretty adult themed.
Yeah.
Didn't they bring back the Bill and Ted show again too?
No.
Or no? I thought they.
I wish.
Because they took it away, and I heard there was rumors about them bringing it back because it was such a great show for Halloween. That was like so iconic.
Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know that they could, because that goes into a lot of different shows and music and people, and I think it's just getting harder to poke fun at things, even though
everyone's so sensitive,
so overly sensitive.
Yeah. I don't know if that's why they kind of moved out of it. I don't know if it, but hopefully they will bring something back. But all my friends that have seen the new show says it's a good show. So I got to go catch that. But then I have to play that off of going to all the other smaller haunts, because that's what we did this week. Oh my gosh. So
it's hard, you gotta. I try to make like my schedule for the month. I go and I request my days off work because I have like a varied schedule. So I need to try to figure out like get those weekends locked in so I can go and then juggle that with the weekday haunts.
Yeah. Exactly. It's harder because a lot of the independent haunts activate on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they've got a much smaller window. So it's really nice that these bigger haunts are opening. I mean, look at the Boo Bash. That opened in August, sold out in August at a $200 ticket.
Crazy.
Can you believe that? That's the one that I didn't, because I'm like, I can't.
No.
You know,
it's
that was a hard
night.
Yeah.
That was a hard pass for me.
Yeah, that was way
someone
too
who loves
expensive.
Disney, and I go to Mickey's Not So Scary every year since 2006, and Boo Bash was a hard pass for me.
Yeah, I mean, and then I was shocked because I went on my website, HalloweenGuideOrlando.com. The banner for the Boo Bash didn't upload, and so I went back to the site to make sure everything was all right, and that's when I saw the notice in August that all dates had sold out, and I was just like, oh my God.
So
I mean,
crazy.
kudos to them. Kudos to them.
Absolutely. But I feel like they're trying to like make up for some of that lost money from last year. So I think the easier way for them to do is to try to double up and try to tap into like a higher end market.
Let me double the price.
You don't mind, splurging on that because it is Disney and it's iconic either way. So it's like, it's crazy.
It's crazy. But at least, I mean, in a way, they did open in August with Halloween Horror Nights and Hollow Scream Orlando following suit in September, which expanded. And then, Scream and Stream, they also opened in September. So that opened a little bit more time for those of us that are trying to cram all of the events in.
And then the Haunted Road is going through the first week of November too. So.
Yeah, which is smart. I think also Petrified Forest is like that too. Which is they had 3 brand new trails. Sir Henry's down in
Sir Henry's. I gotta get there.
Oh yes, you do.
They have all new trails.
Yeah, they literally bulldozed everything and rebuilt. And
I've been watching on their Instagram all year, and I was like, man, that's so exciting.
Oh yeah,
I know
and they're always quality.
Yeah, I really like that haunt a lot. But
it's worth
I was surprised. Because
now, have you put Undead in the Water on your calendar yet? That's another great Tampa haunt.
I'm gonna try because I saw your posts about it.
Yeah.
And I have a friend that lives out that area. She's one of my Halloween buddies. So perfect. I texted her like, "Hey, you want to go do this sometime?"
Yeah, perfect. So with that one, it's on a ship. Hello, it is on a ship, and I thought that it was like permanently where it was. They've actually moved the location of the ship to it's near, and I should have looked up the name. There's this really cool container. It's almost like a food truck area, but they're in containers.
I think it's over there by the aquarium.
Yeah. And so they've got these shipping containers, and each one contains a little mini restaurant. It is right there at that location. So you can go out, have some cocktails, have some dinner, and the whole ship is just right down the stairs from that whole containment area. And they've done a lot of.
We should check that out.
It's super strong. Yeah. It's one of the. If I
How
had
long
to rank,
do you think it was, like the walkthrough?
Oh well, we take our time. We like to walk slow and look at everything.
Yeah, of course.
It's I would say a good 15 to 20 minutes haunt. Easily. Okay. And you're going upstairs, you're going downstairs, you're going into, it's just really amazing what they've done.
And it's probably kind of tight and cramped. I've been in similar ships like that.
Yeah, which makes it even creepier.
Yeah.
And it kind of forces your hand. There's sometimes it's like, well, you can't walk away from that wall. You got to walk right up against it. And you just know, you're just
bam, you get scared.
And that's new for 2021, correct?
The redesign of the ship, the Undead in the Water's been around for a while. I think I remember them at least maybe 4 years in their press release. I get a lot of everything confused because there's so much good stuff out there.
Yeah.
But the way that they've created it this year is a new make on last year and the year before. I've been going at least 4 years, so they've been around a while. I'm flipping over to my other email, so if I can see their press release, I'll let you know. But they're not brand new, but the design is.
So we also saw on your Instagram that you just attended an event at the Orlando Museum of Art.
Yeah, I actually, I worked with Spooky Empire. And the Orlando Museum of Art teamed up with Spooky Empire, and Gina, one of the producers and really owner of Spooky Empire, she and I curated the whole art exhibit. We had almost 200 pieces submitted. We were able to look through and pick our favorite. We ended up at around 138 pieces on display. And the exhibit, so we put it up on Monday. Literally, I laid everything out, matched everything, hung it up with a team of volunteers that helped actually physically nail the nails into the wall. And then we had the party on Thursday. It was so much fun.
So it's like done. It was just a one night thing.
Yeah, it was a 3-day event.
Oh,
so
okay.
It went up Tuesday, Wednesday, and then came down on Thursday, which crushed my heart.
That would have been cool to do for,
so was it
at
like,
least a couple weeks. That would have been
yeah.
Cool. I know, right? From what I understand, talking to the museum, Mabel at the museum, she was telling me the room that we were in is basically like a rental for them. And their normal first Thursday event only happens in one day. So they get the art on I guess on Thursday, hang it. The show is Thursday night. The artist, whatever doesn't sell, take it home Thursday night. But because of the response, she was able to extend it with the museum to a 3-day. But not to worry, because my friends at City Arts Factory were at the exhibit and invited a lot of the artists to come submit at Dia de la Muertes and Monster Factory, which will be opening on the 21st. And that will be up for a whole month. Ooh. So quite a few of the artists from the Spooky Party are going to be submitting and have already been accepted. And so the work will be up there, plus even more. That's a great street party and vending. But the cool thing about City Arts Factory is that runs for a whole month. So that'll be up from first Thursday until second Friday. So nice. You got to get out there.
Check out, yeah. What kind of art pieces were like in display to kind of have an idea?
So we had everything from our youngest artist on display was 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
And she had already had a show in Turkey, a solo art show in Turkey. So we had two of her pieces.
Where's she from? Orlando or?
She's local Orlando. She had two pieces in her show. They were kind of abstract colors of fall with some of my favorite glitter. I love glitter. And we had everything from funnier pieces, like mashups between different horror genres to replicas of, like, we had, a beautiful Edward Scissorhands piece that was huge.
I love Edward Scissorhands, yeah.
Yeah, our best in show was a gentleman, I remember his first name was Joey. He submitted 3 pieces. There were 2 busts, one of Bride of Frankenstein, one of Frankenstein's monster, and a 6'4" creature of the Black Lagoon. That looked
I saw some of them. I think I might have seen that one on your Instagram.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been made by Universal. It was gorgeous. He won Best in Show with his bride statue, but really every one of his pieces were amazing. And then we had our Audience Choice Award, which was a lady, and I can't remember her name, but she made these beautiful crowns, and one had a beetle on it, one had teeth on it, and the other had crystals, like purple crystals. So she was the Audience Choice winner. But we had just amazing pieces. Another one of my favorites was 12 pieces created on one big wall, and each piece had a horror icon in it, but the pieces flowed one into another. So like Pennywise's balloon was half in his frame, but then the balloon floated up into the person above him into his quarter, or not quarter, but it was just amazing. So yeah, definitely check out. I'm going to be loading all the pictures up to a Halloween Guide Orlando, our Facebook. I'll create an album so everybody can see the art, because it was just mind-blowing. It was so good. And all local artists.
Yeah, that's pretty cool how they had that's the reason I wanted to ask, because I was like, that's kind of cool how it was like an art theme show, but based on all like Halloween and gory and spooky. So that's pretty cool. So definitely we gotta check that out one day.
And it was a perfect
open
partnership.
The exhibit too, yeah.
Orlando Art Museum and Spooky Empire, because we have we're a big horror convention. And we'll be coming up the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of this month. We bring horror celebrities to town. Robert Englund is going to be here. He was, of course, Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Prinze Jr. will be in attendance. He was in the Scooby-Doo movie. And I think it was I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
He's got a couple credits.
So, yeah.
So we've got probably 20, 25 different celebrities. We also have a huge vendor room full of artists and art made, from like beautiful masterpieces to, fun horns that you can wear to, sculptures to bath bombs. I mean, we have so much good stuff in our vendor room. So we had a couple of our spooky artists in attendance at Orlando Museum of Art, which was really cool because they were like, oh my God, I can't believe my stuff is on display at Orlando Museum of Art. And then we had artists who'd never heard of Spooky Empire that were like, you need to get there because you're amazing. So it was super cool.
Did they have Spooky Empire yet this year?
No, we'll be happening.
That's what's coming up.
Yeah, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Literally 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now at the Hyatt on iDrive, the Hyatt Regency iDrive.
And tickets are available?
They are. Our VIP has already sold out, but weekend tickets and daily tickets are still up for sale.
Cool.
Yeah.
Definitely something to check out for sure, yeah.
Oh, definitely. Especially if you're a Halloween fan or a horror fan, or you're just looking for something kind of creepy for the season that we're in. You're going to see amazing costumes. I mean, it's just a good time all in all.
So have you
tried out? Oh, I forgot to tell you. So we're going to have a zombie walk down at the pub on iDrive, and that's free to attend. So if you want to kind of get a little peek of Spooky Empire, come on down to the zombie walk. And
what does the zombie walk entail?
Well, you want to get zombied up. And you can get your makeup done there. You can choose to really costume it out, or you can just kind of be a zombie yourself, or you can be a victim of a zombie too. And we'll be walking from the pub, which is at Point Orlando, at a given time, and making this trail of zombies all the way to the Hyatt.
Oh, that'll be so cool.
There's going to be entertainment there at the pub. Just a lot of fun and good times. Some specialty cocktails will be available.
I love it. All the tourists are going to be driving and they're going to be like, what the hell?
It's like Walking Dead coming alive. You know what? I love that show. I love that show, The Walking Dead, and it sucks that it's the last and final season that I'm watching now. And one thing, ever since The Walking Dead came out, like I've always wanted to be a zombie extra, just to be on the show and get all made up. Yeah,
you won't be on the show. Well, you won't be on that show. You'll be on our show, our Spooky Empire show. So we have makeup artists there, and you can go just from like face paint to full on prosthetics. Like it ranges, just depends on how much money you want to invest and how much complicated, do you want to be able to just go home and wash your face and be done? Or do you want to have like items, pulling off these extreme looks? It's really cool. It's really cool. So that might be the best, or it might be the closest you come.
The closest thing to being an extra as a zombie on The Walking Dead.
I'll film you and we'll pretend like you were in the movie.
Right? Exactly.
And you're gonna see all different people. Like I said, some people will come and just kind of get a little face paint, darken their eyes, put some little blood. Then you're gonna see full on, where it looks like part of their face is missing, and they're, gore from head to toe. It's so much fun. Before I started working for Spooky Empire, it was one of my favorite things to do because I would come up with my little costume, and it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's kind of cool thing about Halloween. Halloween kind of gives people the opportunity to dress up and be something that they're not on a daily basis.
Yeah,
like it's. Have you, when since you love all of the Halloween stuff, kind of talking about like the costume and stuff, is there like a favorite costume that you've done, like maybe like in previous years that's like one of your favorite?
I did a costume. Have you ever seen the video? This is like 90s, Blind Melons, No Rain.
No.
So look that up. And the star of that video is a little girl, and she's dressed like a bumblebee. and people are like picking on her, making fun of her until she finds a group of bumblebees on a hill, and she joins them, and like she's all happy. And I did a pretty screen accurate bumblebee and zombied it up. So I was a zombie girl.
Oh, I get. Yes, I seen that video.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so you got the bumblebee costume and the you zombie. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
I remember this video watching it from the 90s.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you
Bumblebee
can see
from
that like on my
Blind
Facebook.
I
But that
like
was
doing
that's
obscure costumes. That way it's like, I don't know, it's more special when people recognize your costume, or
Right?
they're like, yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it makes it
And when
cool.
I went to Dragon Con, I wore I didn't zombie it. I just did her. And I got a little battery operated speaker and I just played the song. And part of my favorite thing about it is that she wears tap shoes, and I was able to buy tap shoes. So I would just go along tap dancing and had the music playing. And it was so fun seeing people go, oh my God, that's so cool. And I was just like, I was in heaven. It was so good. But like I said, for spooky, I totally zombied it up. So I've got a zombie girl, and then there's the bumblebee girl. So that's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I also like just dressing as a witch.
Oh yeah.
I have a really beautiful hat that I got at it was on Mills. Oh shoot, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like they took a regular hat that you could buy at Spirit Halloween and then like totally did it up with rhinestones and
they bedazzled it all up.
Yes. And I have this big feather clip on it, and I wear the purple and black striped leggings and a little purple.
I would love to see your closet. I bet you just have like a
costume closet
full of costumes.
I do.
Hats, makeup, t-shirts.
Yeah. I have them packed in little. So when I want to get one, I just reach in and grab a box, and it's got all the pieces to it.
Nice.
But I don't get to dress up as much as I would like to, but I'll take every chance that I can.
Yes, you got to for sure.
Right? So I'll probably be dressing up while I'm at work at Spooky Empire at some point. Because why not?
Yeah.
I mean, life is way too long not to have fun and dress up.
Exactly.
So have you been to a Prometheus Esoterica lately?
Oh my God. I love that store. I
do too.
And I told Adam and Whitney who run it, I'm like, I literally do want to move in and live there. Like this is what I want to wake up to. And I just love everything about that store. And
so we talked about it last year on the podcast. But since last year, they've moved into a new spot.
Bigger spot.
It's bigger. It's more beautiful. I mean, it's not more beautiful. It actually looks just the same, but bigger and better.
Bigger, yeah.
Exactly.
So for those of you who don't know, it's an oddity shop, but right now they're like really Halloween heavy on the merchandise.
Yes.
They just have so many amazing things.
Anything you need, they've probably got with a Halloween horror oddities vibe. You know, you need some coffee, they've got coffee shop parts. You need some bath bombs, they've got ones that bleed when you put them in the in the tub. You need jewelry, you need clothes. Oh, it's just, I love it. And they've got an event coming up next weekend that just everything about it makes my heart happy. They're going to be running up a charity pumpkin patch, and the money goes to Back to Nature Rescue, which is this great local rescue that helps out animals in need, that, you know, anything from like possums and owls, and, you know, they do it all. So I love that these groups are coming together and doing a Halloween event to help out such a really great rescue. And that's on the 16th. On Instagram today. Yeah, I posted it on ours too. And I'm just like, everything about it. I love Prometheus Esoterica. I love Back to Nature Rescue, because I believe they also do like a squirrel baby shower. Like, you know, we enter into baby squirrel season, which I really didn't know, where they fall out of trees. And, you know, because they're up there. And so Back to Nature will help rescue them and re-release them, but it takes all these supplies and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, I love it. And I think they have an owl one going too this year. to help the
Okay.
different. So definitely check out that. And then you'll get the best of Prometheus, pumpkins, and helping out our community, our little animal community.
Yeah.
So love
that's
it.
True.
But
Now
I go there every day. If I were rich, they would have all my money.
I kind of wish it was closer to where I live. For me, it's very far out of the way, but I love going.
When you come and visit me, we can go and check it out.
We were trying to go for the Halloween open house, but I don't know, things just got busy and we didn't get to go. But I did go for their opening, a pre-opening event.
Yeah.
And
I was hoping to seeing that in your Instagram.
yeah. I was hoping to run into you there. But
they're good people. They're
amazing.
People.
They're so nice. I mean, just great people.
They were at the art show.
Yeah.
And it's funny, Gina had spotted a piece that she really wanted and Whitney bought it. So Gina circled back around and she's like, I'm going to get that piece. And there was a sold sticker on it. And at the end of the night, we saw Adam and Whitney and she was like, oh, you got the piece I wanted. It's like goes to prove, man, when you see something that really speaks to your heart, you got to move on it. Yeah.
Especially when it's art.
But I love that they're open year round too.
Yeah.
So even, when you're feeling sad and you're needing a little spook, you've got places to go. Now, I got to tell you about something that I discovered this year. I had a gentleman reach out to us on our Instagram, and it is a drive, so you have to commit to it. It's in Davenport, and you may have seen it, the Elderberry House, a haunted mansion.
I wanted to ask you about that, actually.
Girl. So he reached out, and I don't know if you have it. You probably do. A lot of people reach out, and they're like, be a brand ambassador and buy a shirt, and we'll give you a coupon code, and you can make money. And it's like, So he'd reached out, and his email had gotten, or his message had gotten in my other box on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I saw it, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh my God, because it'd been sitting there, I don't know how long. And I looked at it, and I was like, oh my God, this looks amazing. So we went out there, and you drive out, and it's like you're in a neighborhood, just a regular neighborhood in Davenport. And we're like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? But the minute he opened the door in full butler costume, full ghost makeup, I have a hard time getting words. Gorgeous. You're talking about a full dining room table with candelabras and flower arrangements with spider webbing and china and silver and goblets. And it's a tour of his house.
This is his personal home.
This is his personal house. And he lives, breathes, eats, dreams, haunted mansion. And so
it reminds me of Tower of Terror, like the whole time when you walk in there, it kind of reminds me of that, like very regal looking.
You buy at Halloween. Not that there's anything wrong with buying anything at Spirit Halloween store or any of the Halloween stores, but these are things that he's created. Like you're talking about a full-on tapestry tablecloth. The curtains, the lace that he used is the exact same lace that they used at the Haunted Mansion in California. And he bought out the rest of the lace. So that's the exact same curtains that they have in the Haunted Mansion in California. And you get a tour of his house, and there's like Madame Leota's on a table talking to you just like you're in the Haunted Mansion. And there's an organ with pipes and smoke coming out of it, playing the music. And then in addition to that, it's a dessert party. So you get to pick your level, and there's like a lesser level, and there's a premium level, and it comes with a picking of different desserts that he hand makes from scratch. And we also had some sangria, some apple cider sangria. So you can pick a cocktail or a spirit, a bottle of wine. Now it is a nice price tag. And that was one of the things I was like, but it's up to 6 people. And the experience that you get and the delicious, like I'm still dreaming and drooling over the pumpkin whoopie pie. That was
pumpkin whoopie pie.
Oh my God. I'm
so what
still
was in
dreaming of it and making my mouth drool.
So what was in the pumpkin whoopie pie?
Oh, I don't know, but he made it from scratch, and it had cream cheese icing in the middle. So it was like, have you ever had a whoopie pie?
No, that's why I was asking.
So it's a thicker consistency than cake, but
Okay.
not much more. So maybe like between cake and brownie as far as consistency.
Okay.
So it was two like cakes with a thick layer of cream cheese. So it was pumpkin spice cakes with cream cheese in the middle. And it was one of the best and I'm a Whoopie Five fan. I love them. I usually get chocolate. That's usually what they're made of.
Yeah.
It was so good. And we also had a Madame Leota creme brulee. And my friend Anne, who's a little bit of a picky eater, I hope she's not listening. She's not afraid that it's true. She's a picky eater. Ate the whole thing.
I'm a picky eater, so I'm part of that club.
It was so good. Like, so if you went to a restaurant easily and you ordered those two desserts, which I didn't finish either fully, even though I wanted to so bad, you would easily pay $7 to $10 for each of those desserts, plus a cocktail on top of that, plus this haunted mansion tour that's on 2 floors. It goes all the way up to his bedroom where he has a full bride, and she's talking to you when you walk in, and it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous.
So you have to book as this party of 6, or you have
well, you can do 2 people up to 6. Now, of course, if you're only doing 2, it's going to be a higher price tag per person. Yeah. But you're going to also go home with the desserts because it comes with even though you only have 2 people. So you're going to go home to share these desserts with friends and family. And I do have some followers that are celebrating their anniversary there. They had a haunted mansion wedding. And so that's what they're doing for their anniversary, which I love. And I think it's going to be perfect. And I think it's going to blow their mind. But if you do get, 6 people together, it makes it affordable, because there's so much we're spending our money on. But it's my find of the year, and I'm obsessed with it. So yes, you do have to book it. And he has extended dates into November. Because since we discovered and shared it, it's kind of going, it's blowing up, which it's so good. It makes me so happy because I
feel like we got to go book before we release this episode.
Oh my gosh.
For real. Let's get a group of friends and let's go.
Yeah, it is amazing. So that's my find this year. I'm so and you'll see, I did a little video on my TikTok and of course shared it down to Instagram, and we're going to be loading up more pictures, but we were talking about it. It's like, because we took pictures and pictures and pictures and pictures. Do we want to give it away, or do we want to kind of save a lot of these? Because the thing that is so cool about it is it's immersive. So the more you look, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't notice that there. Oh my gosh. Because we did the tour and then we went upstairs, then we came back down, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even notice that this said this, and I got to take a picture of this. And it's so cool. If you love Haunted Mansion, you got to treat yourself, find those friends and family to bring that price down and treat yourself. But next year, he is hoping to do public tours as well. So that won't come with the elegant, amazing, delicious dessert party. So that will make it, but this year, because we're still in a pandemic, he's doing private tours of up to 6 people. So look that up.
Davenport isn't really that far. No, I mean, we drove all the way to Eustis for the horror and headphones.
Exactly. Which they're doing great. I'm so glad they're back. I love everything that they do. And the thing is, for me, I grew up in North Carolina, where everything was about a 45-minute trip, to go to the grocery store, to go to the mall, to go to the movies. So for me, distance is not bad. I mean, like I said, we were out at Howl-O-Scream last night, and then Wednesday we were in Davenport. And so I think I wish folks in Orlando would kind of open their mind to a day trip.
Yeah.
And if you're smart, and if it were open, Davenport Pumpkin House, it will be opening up this weekend. So you can pair that with the Elderberry House, and then also go see the amazing Pumpkin House of Davenport, which I think we talked about last year. This man carved over 900 pumpkins, because here in Florida, things don't stay fresh.
Yeah.
And they're on display, and they're incredible. And it's like an Instagrammer's dream because everywhere you're like, oh my God, picture, pumpkins in the back, pumpkins in the front. It's gorgeous. And then you've got amazing displays at Lights on Jeter Bend, which is in Celebration, not too far from Davenport.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can really, you can really build it up to a full-blown day trip.
Yeah, you just got
And
to
I love
plan
all
it
of the
out.
things. Yeah. And shoot, just in Celebration as well as in College Park, there's amazing yard haunts. People like just really, it's amazing how much time, effort.
You should offer a concierge service. You should like
right?
Yeah,
plan
no,
out
for real. Because
plan out
It's funny
custom
that you say that.
experiences for people.
Somebody mentioned that you should like open a tour service, and I was like,
yeah, because all these things that you're talking about, I've never heard about them, so that like it kind of excites me to like actually want to check them out because all I've ever known was just like Halloween Horror Nights, Halloween Scream, some of the big things.
Yeah.
So it's nice to hear about all these kind of small things, and it's also very unique too because it's like I would have never thought about possibly doing that, and like you said, combining them would be great.
Even if you look at just Orlando proper, you've got Mortem Banner, which is open year round. That's down in Kissimmee. They do an amazing job and are open year round. They also offer a ghost tour there. You've got American Ghost Adventures, which do walking ghost tours, actual ghost historical tours of downtown, which is amazing. Just at Altamont Springs, you've got an amazing haunt, a Petrified Forest with 3 different trails that we attended last Saturday. They opened, that was their opening weekend. So good and so detailed, and we are, because of, I feel like Halloween Horror Nights, Orlando is Halloween Central, and you've got year round, you've got Cocktails and Screams, a bar that's themed with Halloween stuff. You've got, on Edgewater, oh my God, the name just slipped, but it's a cosplay, they've got costuming, makeup, glitter, they've got everything. God, what is the name? Tim runs it, and I can't believe I'm blanking on the name. Go to Halloween Guide Orlando.
You're really getting these plugs in here. I love it.
I know, girl. I don't.
Is it called Embellish? Is it Embellish FX Orlando? I was just on your website earlier. Yeah. I was looking at, because I wanted to ask you about that earlier, like a place where you recommend to buy like really cool, unique costumes. Like, so that would be like the place to go. Okay.
You've got Orlando Vintage on Formosa that's really close. They've got costumes that you can rent and or buy. And I just love their shop, period, end of sentence, just to wander and look at all the things that they have. But yeah, Tim is amazing at Embellished. He's not just a shop owner, but he knows the product that he has, and he can help you learn to make armor or to do, prosthetics and special effects makeup, and, everything you need from shoes to costume to wig to glass, everything. He's got it. And such a good guy. He also does the Orlando Ribbon Project, where the rainbow ribbons to honor Pulse, that started with him. Such a good guy. So I definitely, recommend. Then you've got fun shops to shop at, like the Postmortem Boutique that's right beside Mortem Manor. That you know what?
I was at home from Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago, and I went to a haunt up there, and then I saw on Postmortem's Boutique that they actually had a pop-up shop in Pennsylvania at that haunt that I just went to. And I was wondering like what the connection was there, like why this shop here in Orlando was doing a pop-up shop in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and you never know. That could be where like the people who own the shop are from.
Yeah.
Or friends of, I don't know how, but I think that's great. I love that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Because like my thing is I love to share everything from, Halloween story time at the library to Halloween Horror Nights to, independent haunts like a Petrified Forest and Sir Henry's Trail and, all of that. I want to see everybody be successful so that we can keep building this incredible Halloween community, and I'm so lucky to not only enjoy it, but to be a part of it, through working with Spooky Empire and Fringe last year we did or not last year, but the year before we did a Halloween show. So like having the places that I actually work be a part of the Halloween community. I love it.
Yeah.
It's
all right. Did you have any more questions for Dina?
Yeah, just to kind of get a little bit to know a little bit more about you and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so I know you have this, just by listening to you, have all this great passion and knowledge about Halloween. What kind of like got you, like from an early age per se, what got you into the like really to want to like get into the Halloween themes and stuff and
so here's
everything
the funny
all
part.
spooky?
I was a chicken, super chicken growing up. Like I remember going to the State Fair, North Carolina, and my dad made our family ride one of these carnival rides.
Mm-hmm.
And I was under his arm crying. And my younger sister was just like, yay, yay. Like I was a chicken. And the first time I went to Haunted Mansion, I was 18 years old and I made 2 additional people ride in that buggy with me. And so fast forward to that, I was living with a roommate and she was like, come on, I'm going to take you somewhere. And I was like, okay. And I'm going to age myself here, but oh, well. So we start going towards downtown and I'm like, where are we going? She said, I'm not telling you. It was her and her boyfriend. And she was like, just trust us. We're going. I'm like, okay. We went to Terror on Church Street and I'm trying to stay cool and calm, but inside I am freaking out. And what I didn't know was that her boyfriend had gone up to the scare actors and were like, get her. And so they all started coming around me. And I know that when you scream, they get you more. So I'm just trying to stay cool, calm, and collected, And eventually I ran across Orange Avenue, traffic and all, to get away from them. And my roommate like touched my hand and she's like, and I was shaking. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. Well, then her and her boyfriend started getting into an argument over it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be kicked out of my apartment because I ruined their night out. I'm just going to go. So I told him, I'm like, if you let me go between the 2 of you, I'll go. Just put one of you in front, one of you in back. Just, quit your arguing. We'll go. And I went through and I loved it. Wow. And that year I went back 2 more times. And then from there, then I went to Halloween Horror Nights and I made it through each one of and that was I'm so aging myself. 1996.
Are you still friends with that roommate?
No, we've lost track of each other through.
So does she know you're a Halloween Orlando celebrity?
I don't know. It's so funny.
All thanks to her.
Right? All thanks to her.
Exactly. Jennifer, if you're out there, thank you.
You hear that, Jennifer?
Yeah, you made me what I am. So I did each one of the houses one time and then I grew and then I came back for another visit and I've been to Halloween Horror Nights every year since. And then eventually in the late 90s, oh God, every time I say it, I started working at Universal Studios where I was a tour guide. So then I had to go first into the houses. Mm-hmm. And I would be like, everybody okay? You okay? Looking over my shoulder. And then I would just have this look of terror on my face. Like, oh my God, let me just make it through. And then I just grew to love it. And then it just blew up from there. I discovered Spooky Empire because I wanted a discount at Spirit Halloween store. Mm-hmm. And so I had gotten a part-time job there so that A, I could get a discount and B, I could be the first one to see all their product.
Yeah.
And somebody brought in flyers for Spooky Empire. And I was like, oh my God, Gunnar Hansen's going to be there. He's Leatherface. I'm going to go meet Gunnar Hansen. And then that led me down another trail of, because I went there as a ticket holder for several years. And it was clear that at the time their volunteers weren't being given the information to help the people who were attending. Mm-hmm. So I reached out and I was like, hey, I'd really like you to organize. I'd like to help you organize this so that I can use my ticket because after the first year I went VIP every year. And so eventually he contacted me and then I started working for him in 2010. And, that brought me to meeting different artists. And, then I started traveling to see Halloween things. And so far the highest up the East Coast, I've gone to Gatlinburg. Mm-hmm. To the Mysterious Mansion up there. I've done ones in Atlanta, in Chattanooga. I mean, if I can get the chance, I will see anything. But again, it's hard because you got to fit it all in.
Yeah.
September to October.
A little small time frame.
But yeah,
so who would have thought one thing like that would just kind of one little event or aspect in your life that you never would have thought of doing can change, your passion of things.
Yeah,
so that's
it's
pretty
so
cool.
true.
Yeah.
Because had I not had that fear of my roommate kicking me out because her and her boyfriend were breaking up, I would have never gone into that. And like I said, once I made it through, my heart was beating like I was going to have a heart attack. But that adrenaline hit, and I was like, oh yeah.
You're like, oh yeah.
Cool. That was cool. And yeah, I went 2 more times that year. And back then, man, the lines were like 2-3 hours long to get into that. That was an amazing haunted attraction. It is legendary.
The Terror on Church.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never, I moved in 06 to Orlando. So
it was
I never knew
back
about
in the
that.
80s and 90s. If you look it up online, you'll find information because people who went were hardcore fans. And it was like, imagine early Halloween Horror Nights, but expedited. Like, just amazing. I remember being in a room with a bridge and then somebody popping up from like water. And I mean, I who knows if these memories are true because it's a long time ago. But I remember just seeing effects and I was just like, oh my God, how'd they do that? So good. And I also remember a really handsome vampire.
Oh,
never forget a handsome vampire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I remember telling him, "You can get near me," and he kind of didn't know what to do because the other two were like,
"Bite me."
Yeah, I'm just
let
like,
me get to your bride.
The other ones, I'm like, get away from me, and I'm like, you can come on over. And he was just like, oh. And of course he didn't because he didn't know how to respond.
Yeah, because normally you would expect that. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I do get a little obsessed. There's a character that's at the Petrified Forest that I was a little obsessed about. Really tall, big. And my friends were just like, because I'm a married lady, but that doesn't mean I can't look at
exactly. You can look, not touch. Exactly.
A handsome scare actor. He was my profile picture on Facebook for a while.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's a big crush.
Yeah.
With me beside him pointing at him like, yee, this is good.
Let me ask you.
Send me that picture. Maybe we'll put that as our picture for this episode.
Yeah, for the episode in honor of the memory of him. Let me ask you: have you ever, since with Halloween and stuff, I've spoken to other people in the past, and they tell me that they were kind of reason why they like it or they enjoyed it because, like you said, the adrenaline and stuff. Have you yourself ever experienced any actual like paranormal activity, seen ghosts or anything like that?
I want to so bad. And I've done so many ghost hunts and ghost walks and tours and in Savannah, Charleston, here in Orlando.
Charleston, yes. Charleston is great for ghost tours.
And I've never seen anything for a fact that leads me to believe, but in my own personal life, and there's probably explanations for it. I used to have a TV that would turn on and off. And I would go, like, I would be getting ready for a movie or, to leave the house to go out. And I'd turn the TV off, put the remote down, and the TV would turn back on. And I'd pick up the remote, turn it off, again, turn back on. And I would go, please stay off. I need to leave the house. And it wouldn't come back on.
Wow.
And so, like, was it a ghost? Maybe. There was that, it's like, but it didn't scare me, and as far as I know, nobody died in my apartment. But so I've had things like that happen. I've had things that I'll be in the house all by this is funny. I was in a house staying at a friend's house down in Virginia, and I was the only one in the house, and the toilet flushed upstairs all by itself, and I'm just like, huh. Yeah. And the weird thing about that was the day that happened was my mom's birthday. My mom's no longer with me. And I was like, that would totally be my mom's thing to say, like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
But in a funny way, not to scare the bejesus out of me.
Yeah.
You know
Just
what I
took a
mean?
poop.
Because she knows that I was a chicken, you know, but that would, you know, be a funny way of like, you know, just checking in.
Yeah. No, and it's
So
true because I feel like you know, like even though it doesn't have to be like haunted, like scary stuff, but you know, just spirits, you know, maybe getting in touch with family members and stuff. Because I've experienced some things like that, especially in my old townhouse. I did a little research about my old townhouse here in Metro West. That used to be an old Indian burial ground.
Well,
And
you know, here in Orlando, we have so many graveyards that because Orlando itself is a transient town, it doesn't have a lot of deep history. But just downtown, there's like at least 2 that were built on top of in downtown Orlando. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
And I had some like in the townhouse. I don't think I never told you, but I had some experiences where I would hear like footsteps upstairs because it was 2 floors. I remember because I used to have a parrot, and when I would leave to go to work, I would like to play music so he wouldn't be bored, kind of keep himself entertained. And one day I got back from work, and the radio was on the floor. And it was changed to the Christian station. So it was, I think it was 106.7. And then the AM one was the Christian station that happened. And like, I would see like little like movements of things in the townhouse, like, you know, curtains moving behind you. Like I didn't have like the AC on or anything like that. So it was like little, you know, little small things here and there that kind of creeped me out. And then like when I did the research, I was like, okay, Indian burial ground. So that kind of makes sense.
Hey, as long as they're friendly ghosts, I'm down. And you know, when we bought our house, I was like, don't let haunted be like, that's fine. You know, it's like, it's fine. You know, I'm good with the haunted house. But I mean, I want to believe, just like I want to believe in Sasquatch and Bigfoot. I do. I always hope to, you know, look over my shoulder and be like, oh, there's the Florida skunk ape. But I can't rule it out. I can't say for sure. But I've
never had any experiences like that.
And
I have a lot of dead people in my life. And I love death, and I love like all the like tarot card readings, like witches, like ghosts, the paranormal. I really love all that stuff.
It's very interesting.
But I've never had any experiences like that personally. I mean, I live alone, so I don't want any in my house. I live alone, completely alone, and I don't want that in my house. But I'm open to it anywhere else.
Out there.
Yes, let's put it out there.
You know, and if you do venture out and do some ghost tours, and like I said, I would highly recommend Ghost Adventures. They're here in Orlando. They will, as part of the tour, they'll say to any spirits, please stay here. Don't attach yourself to the people visit. And I'm just always like,
I know.
So I love it all too. And I love visiting graveyards. We've got a beautiful one here. Greenwood, and they do tours throughout the
Greenwood.
year.
I live over there, the one in downtown. I'm literally like right down the street because I'm in downtown off of Anderson and Summerlin. So it's like right there, literally right there. That's crazy. So they do cemetery tours there?
They do, and it's more historical, but it's really cool. They do it at night. It's done by volunteers. They ask for a tip, but you got to book it early. So go to their website, like do a quick search. I think the links, I think I let the links expire because it happens every month. I'll have to go in and update it on Halloween Guide. But usually I have the link, and I'll have like a little image that says booking is open and the tour happens here, because you have to have reservations. But it's really cool because we have some really interesting characters in Greenwood Cemetery, and it's beautiful.
Because I literally pass by it like all the time. So it's like, I never knew that they offer cemetery tours because it's such a huge place. And I've seen I'll see you know, the funerals happening from time to time when I'm driving by or jogging or running or whatnot over there. And I see it. So I never knew that. So we got to check that out. That'll be something we can do.
You definitely need to check it out.
I've always wanted to do a photo shoot in a cemetery.
That'd be kind of fun. That'd be kind of fun.
I've thought of all kinds of photo shoots too, but it's like, just got to plan it. Got to do it, girl.
I know. You know, it's just like,
life.
There wasn't this thing like work that I had to do 40 to 50 hours a week. My life could be really great, you know.
Carve out some time for you.
Yeah.
It was really nice talking to you.
Always good talking with you.
It was a pleasure meeting with you, Dina.
One last plug. Where can all of Orlando go to get the information for you?
HalloweenGuideOrlando.com.
That's
the database of all of the events that I find, and I'm continually adding things, even if I find them, just so that I have them on record. So next year I can check on them. My Instagram is hopping as always.
Yes.
We're also on the Facebook, and I'm trying to do the TikTok.
Yes. That's
the
like
TikToks
the
are fun, man.
They are fun, but that's like I've noticing that a lot of businesses are kind of slow right now on the TikTok, and it's more for like the younger generation.
Yes.
You got to get to it.
But it's fun.
We've got a place there. Yeah. We've got a couple. I think I've done like 6 or 7 of them so far, and I've got material to do even more. It's just a matter of, getting a little more comfortable with it. It is fun. But yeah, so we're on Twitter, but we're not so much because I find Twitter a little toxic. Yeah. But we have a place out there too that will share some stuff, but we're not as active on. That's probably our least active. So Instagram, then Facebook, then TikTok,
and then your webpage. Yeah.
All right, Dina.
Well, Dina, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you. Happy Halloween as well. Yeah. And looking forward to checking out some of the things that you definitely talked to us about today as well. Please. I've learned a lot of great new things about Halloween stuff to do here in Orlando that I never knew about, even close to my house. So every year I find new stuff, and I love it. I love it. Yes. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thank you. Keep a look on our Instagram for all the things that Johnny and I are going to be doing this Halloween. So, yes. All right, guys. Bye. Bye.